Hey guys, what is up? It is Matt here and welcome back to a brand new video. And before we get into today's video, I'm going to issue a spoiler warning for if you haven't seen the second My Hero Academia film, Heroes Rising. I watched it last night and I'm recording this on October the 4th, 2020. It is set to release in the English dub in a couple weeks, I'm pretty sure, maybe like 2 or 3 weeks at this point. But like I said, a spoiler warning is issued. I mean, the title of this video is kind of a spoiler and the thumbnail is kind of a spoiler. But anyway, you had enough time to click off the video if you didn't want to hear what we're going to discuss. So let's hop right on into it. And we are going to be discussing how did Deku keep One for All? Because in the movie, I'm just going to give you a quick little rundown. The heroes are all on an island in Japan that has no heroes on it and no villains on it. And they're just doing like an internship there. And they're the only people there and can help the civilians that live there and stuff like that. And, you know, it's just a normal place, but anywhere Class 1A goes, there is something bad going to happen. So villains invade the island. The villain 9 and his gang are going after two children, well, one child in particular, sorry, the son of a man whose quirk is like cell regeneration, and 9 is kind of just like One for All. He teamed up with the League of Villains as like their puppet, and he kind of has All for One's quirk, and he can hold up to 9 quirks. And the cell regeneration will give him the power to fully be capable of using all of his quirks, because after an amount of time he gets fatigued and he begins to deteriorate and passes out and stuff like that. So he's looking for that child. And of course, Deku and Bakugo have a relationship with the child because they end up saving them when they said villains were there, but there weren't really villains, and then villains really do attack. So pretty much Class 1A works together and singles out the villains themselves. There's 4 villains, but Bakugo ends up defeating one in kind of like the halfway point of the movie, I would say. And then it's pretty much 9 versus Deku and Bakugo, because in their first encounter, 9 washed them, and they probably should have died, but the child's cell quirk helps them out and brings them back to life, and they make the plan, and then 9 does indeed attack. So what happens is the fact that during this battle, Deku and Bakugo are still not strong enough, even at their strongest. Deku uses One for All at full 100% power, and he can still not defeat 9, even with the help of Bakugo. So Deku reaches out and touches Bakugo's hand, and they both, at this point, I guess One for All is transferred to Bakugo, and they both use it and end up defeating 9. And at one point, Deku says, "My last One for All smash," because we all know that All Might's flame ended up burning out, and he lost the ability of One for All after his flame burned out. And that's symbolic in this, because after Deku's last smash, his flame ends up burning out, and Deku and Bakugo both pass out after defeating 9. So what's interesting is we know that when Deku got One for All, it was passed down through DNA, and he swallowed one of All Might's hairs. At this point, no DNA is given to Bakugo. They just end up touching hands, and Bakugo gets One for All at that specific time. So Deku wakes up and tells All Might that he's sorry that he gave it to Bakugo, and All Might pretty much says that, you know, he did what he needed to do and he protected everyone. That's exactly what Deku wanted to do. And then we see Deku's body glow with the One for All like markings that happen, and All Might says that his master helped out Deku and stuff like that, and all the previous owners of One for All. So there's some theories that go around that Bakugo didn't get One for All completely because he ended up passing out before the transformation was fully complete, so that's how Deku got to keep it. But I think what happened was, because no DNA was swallowed of Deku, Bakugo didn't get full control over One for All. It just happened to be in the stir of the moment because they were facing a villain, and the previous owners of One for All realized this and gave Deku the power to transfer One for All at that point in time. So maybe Deku has a power that we don't know about. He can potentially pass off One for All for a specific amount of time, and then that person, you know, will end up losing it because Bakugo doesn't even remember using one for all. So I think Deku has a secret power that we don't know about, and I think the movie was really freaking good. But it just posed the question, how did Deku keep it? And like I said, it could have just been the fact that the previous One for All users felt bad for Deku and were like, well, this kid shows real good potential, and he's going to be the one who takes down One for All. And, let's let him keep the power because Bakugo still has a quirk. He never lost the explosion quirk, and Deku would have just lost One for All as a whole, and he's still young and still wants to be the number one hero. So maybe they just either felt bad and wanted to leave it to Deku, or maybe it is because that no DNA was swallowed and it was just in the heat of the moment and Deku has a secret power that he doesn't really know about. Or maybe even potentially it's because that Bakugo passed out before the transformation was completed. But, that's just my theory. If you guys haven't seen the movie, I think it was pretty cool. I would check it out if I were you. It releases in English in a couple weeks, like I said. But the Japanese sub version is out there. Let me know what you guys think about this theory. Like I said, it's just a theory. There's no 100% concrete facts on how this worked. But if you guys did enjoy, leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'm out of here. Thank you all for watching. Peace.